What's up, everybody? I hope you're all well and in good spirits. So I think guys would be helping themselves by learning one or two good jokes. I think it's part of being sophisticated and well-rounded that you can tell at least one good joke and tell it well. You don't have to be a comedian, but that could make you an asset to a conversation. You made people laugh. I've gotten really good jokes from the comic section of Playboy magazine. I've gotten good advice from the Playboy Advisor section. And I read articles that I think help make me a better conversationalist in social settings. So here's a clean joke and a dirty joke. This guy is driving down the road, passes a farmhouse, and out front there's a sign that says, "Talking dog for sale." So he's like, oh, hell no. Let me pull up in there and check this dog out. So he goes in there and he knocks on the door, and the old farmer comes out and he asks him, "Do you really have a talking dog?" And he's like, "Yeah." "And you're really selling it for $40? "Yeah." "Can I see it?" So he shows him where it's at, and he goes back in the house. So the guy's standing there looking at the dog, and finally, even though he feels stupid doing this, he says, "Can you really talk?" And the dog says, "Yeah, what's up?" And the guy's like, "Oh my God, no, not really a talking dog. Dude, what's your story?" And the dog says, "Well, I was a pup, and right away people noticed I had these gifts, and so I was trained in a bunch of languages, and I would go to visit other countries with the president, and when people would talk about him in their language, I would tell him what they said, and I saved the country a couple of times by learning other countries' secrets. And I became a top spy until they put a contract on me. So I was kept in the United States as a police dog. As a police dog, I won Policeman of the Year, Canine of the Year. As a spy, I'd gotten presidential medals of honor and merit and valor. And then I met this little German Shepherd bitch, and I wanted to retire and raise some puppies. So we came out to this farm, and we raised a family. And then she passed away, and my pups moved on, and I just been taking it easy out here. And the dude's like, "Oh my God, so you have these presidential honors, and you were." And then he also told him he was in dog movies, that he did stunts for Lassie, like just all this amazing shit. And the dude's like, "Man, I got to get this amazing dog." Like, even if he didn't talk, just all the other amazing stuff, right? So he goes back and he knocks on the door and he tells the farmer, "Hey man, are you really selling that dog for $40? And the farmer's like, "Give me 30. So the dude pulls out 40. There's 40. And he runs and grabs the dog. And as he's walking away, he stops and looks at the farmer and he says, I'm kind of curious why you let him go so cheap. He was the greatest spy dog. He was Canine of the Year, Policeman of the Year. He bred champions. Why would you sell him for $40? And the farmer says, "Man, that motherfucker ain't never left that backyard in his life. I'm selling him because I'm tired of his lying." Man. So, all right, here's the other one. This guy goes to the doctor. This is the dirty one, but I can tell it, I think, in a way that's somewhat classy. I've said it to a lot of people, including women, and no one's ever been offended. They've all laughed. Anyways, this guy goes to the doctor. Doctor, you got to help me. And the doctor says, what's wrong? He says, look, man, I wake up in the morning and I make love to my wife. And then I get ready for work. I carpool with the neighbor's wife. And she gives me a favor on the way to work. I get there, work for a little while, go to lunch with my secretary, and we fool around at a hotel. Then in the afternoon, there's a colleague that I mess around with. And then I mess around again with the neighbor's wife on the way back home. At night, I make love to my wife 2 or 3 times. And the doctor stops him. And he goes, I get it. You want me to help you with your sex addiction? And he says, no, I'm here because it hurts when I masturbate. And that's like a very guy joke, but people get it. Like, it's never enough, right? So have a good one. Much love. I hope, you vatos out there, arm yourself with 2 good jokes you could tell in any setting. And then I think that just boosts your stock for being company. Have a good one.